Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon and welcome to our Ovations Technologies Atlassian Cloud Migration webinar. We are extremely delighted to have you all here with us as we embark on a transformative journey together. Here at Ovations, we are not just another digital transformation company, but we are leaders in this field. So with our expertise in Atlassian Cloud, we have invested in our people to inspire and implement innovative solutions for our clients. Our goal is to empower organizations like yours to create your future by streamlining workflows, enhancing collaborations, and also driving innovation. With the holistic approach, we provide comprehensive planning, support, and training to ensure a seamless transition to the Atlassian Cloud ecosystem. We stay ahead of industry trends, and we also deliver advanced, secure, and customizable solutions that adapt to your unique needs. But most importantly, our customer-centric philosophy and approach, it guarantees a smooth transition for your entire team. In this webinar, we will guide you through the powerful capabilities of Atlassian Cloud and unveil how it can unlock your organization's true potential. Whether you are already in Atlassian Cloud or using Atlassian Cloud products or considering a migration, this webinar is your opportunity to gain insights from our industry experts. Join us as we thrive in the digital landscape and redefine success. Together, let's unlock the true potential on Atlassian Cloud. So please do feel comfortable, get comfortable, grab a cup of coffee, sit back, and get ready to be inspired. Let's begin this transformational journey together. Before we dive into the exciting content that has been arranged and planned for the day, let's quickly address some housekeeping rules. Firstly, we do encourage active participation from all our attendees, so please do feel free to pop us a comment, share your thoughts, or ask questions in the comment section. Secondly, we do ask that you also are aware of the fact that this session is being recorded, and the recording will be shared with registered participants after the webinar, allowing you to revisit any valuable insights or to share it with the rest of your organization and team. We understand the importance of addressing your questions and comments, and we want to assure you that we have a dedicated Q&A session at the end of the webinar. So please don't worry, your questions will be answered. If you could just provide us with, next to your question, just provide us with your email address so that if you don't get to them at the end of the session, we can still get in contact with you and provide you with the information that you require. If you have any information beyond, or any questions rather, beyond the webinar or wanting to explore Atlassian products further, please don't worry. There will be a lead form link that's posted in the comment section. You can just pop all your information onto that lead form, and a representative from our side will be sure to get back to you and provide you with that information. Without further ado, I would like to introduce our esteemed speaker for today's webinar, Chris Skeepers. He is our Ovations Atlassian expert, and Chris has a wealth of experience in digital transformation and is a trusted authority on Atlassian Cloud. With his in-depth knowledge and passion for helping organizations harness the power of Atlassian ecosystem, Chris is going to be and is the perfect guide for our transformative journey today. Chris, I will hand over to you to unlock the true potential of Atlassian Cloud together with us. Thanks, Chris. You on mute, Chris.
That always seems to happen.
There
Thank
you
you
go.
so much. Thank you very much
Thanks,
for that
Chris.
wonderful introduction, Ellen, and welcome to all the attendees. I hope that this might answer the deck might answer some of your questions that you may have towards the cloud. So I think without any further ado, let's get that on the road. As Ellen mentioned, yeah, just please remember to post your questions in the chat. If we don't have any time in this session, we'll be sure to get back to you guys afterwards in the mail. Okay. Right, I think the first place to start that I would like to share with you is why the Atlassian Cloud. Basically, how Atlassian's cloud products helps teams to move faster, innovate, and focus basically on what matters most. So most of the companies, the evolving pressures there are, and there will always be pressures of evolving markets that forces your business to constantly transform. And these factors are increased competition, where more players in the market due to low barriers of entry, higher user expectations, changing workplaces, and cybersecurity. The looming threat of a breach that only increases as you grow and gain notoriety. So let's look at the enterprise. What Gartner says. Gartner reckons that 70% of enterprises will be migrating entirely away from on-premise data centers and in favor of co-location and cloud infrastructure by 2023. So, what are the reasons that most of these customers are looking at migrating to the cloud? So, the common challenges that they are facing on the server environments, especially, is that you are always behind on the latest versions of Jira and Confluence, which means that your teams are habitually and on legacy tech. Um, and if you think about how quickly tech is evolving in this day and age, users are missing out on new features, which causes dissatisfaction that often is directed at IT, constant pressure to stay afloat on supported versions, complicated and intensive upgrades, patches, etc. Becomes it puts you on the hind foot to try and catch up with the latest releases, and your IT team is spending resources worrying about security vulnerabilities and evolving with regards to regulatory requirements. The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago, so and the second best time is now. So the risk of no change, most or more often than not, organizations see solving these challenges as a nice to have and not a need to have. But this outlook fails to consider the risk of not doing anything. The risk of no change is that you will fall behind on innovation. Atlassian is a cloud-first company, and their R&D investments reflect that, with the vast majority focus being in the cloud. Execs have shared that they're looking for ways to harness technology to jumpstart growth, accelerate time to the market, and foster innovation. Let's look at some of the return on investment drivers. So the upside opportunity: by moving to the cloud, your teams will have more connected experiences across Atlassian products and leading third-party SaaS tools, and built-in automation and analytic capabilities will help you move faster, streamline workflow, and surface critical insights. Looking at the elevated IT impact, as we just mentioned, the migration to the Atlassian cloud is an opportunity to elevate the impact of your IT teams. This is obvious. Cloud's not new, but reallocating the time and engineering bandwidth typically spent on keeping the lights on for your server environment, you can focus instead on things like improving developer experiences and responding to changing business needs. One way of doing these or achieving this is by offloading self-managed tasks. Let's look at what the current ownership is. Okay, managing instances on-prem means always playing catch-up, as I mentioned before. Customer ownership, currently infrastructure, hosting costs, version upgrades, security patches, etc. So what does Atlassian Cloud give you? Atlassian Cloud basically helps you to shift these responsibilities over to Atlassian. So migration means that you are freeing up valuable time for your team to focus on what matters most. And resources can start focusing on items such as core business capabilities, proactive security initiatives, up-level customer service, and clearing out their backlogs faster. Optimizing application management will optimize application management with the following: admin console, cloud sandboxes, release tracks, archiving, and reliability and performance. Atlassian Cloud Platform also includes features that can support your ability to optimize application management. The admin console will help you track the adoption of Atlassian products throughout your organization and help your admins to make more data-driven decisions around budgeting and licensing. Cloud sandboxes provide an isolated environment where you can test and experiment before making changes to your live production environment. The release tracks let you control how and when changes will be released to the users in your organization. Better manage your teams and data at scale, bulk archiving and enhanced permissions. And last, ensure your products are always available and high performing. And it's the Atlassian products on the enterprise and premium are backed with a 99.9 financially backed SLA. Looking at some more of the cloud return on investment drivers, accelerated team productivity. Now that we've talked about some of those immediate benefits that you see when you're able to offload infrastructure and admin overheads to Atlassian, I would like us to look more closely at some of the return on investments that may not be immediately apparent, or maybe it's just that you haven't seen a way to quantify these benefits as yet, which we all, as always, Atlassian Cloud products accelerate productivity for your teams and admins. Okay, accelerating team productivity, connecting people and knowledge, enable smarter decision making, modernize your workflows, and future-proof your tools. Let's look at how we're connecting people. Atlassian Clouds provides features that helps you foster better collaboration to keep everyone on the same page. Let's look at a couple of examples. Mobile apps keeps work moving forward from anywhere and anytime. Atlassian Cloud platforms are available on all mobile platforms. A prime example of Atlassian's mobile capabilities for cloud are essentially one-to-one to the web experience you have with the cloud product. With Atlassian Cloud, your teams are better equipped to work wherever they want or need to by having access to much more robust mobile experiences. Just to look at the App Store for user sentiment. The Confluence Server app is 6.2 and Confluence Cloud is on 4.6. The Confluence Server mobile app isn't being developed on, and on cloud on cloud there's a full team working to stay tandem with web and fluid experiences. So what does it mean for saving time? If you look at the larger environment, 10 minutes per month is on the average time saved, which calculates to 25,000 monthly active users using this product, and that's massive savings of $450,000. So if we think about it realistically, like how a mobile app could impact your team's productivity, if you only save on average 10 minutes per month, that amounts to $416,000 across all 25,000 users. The real value is providing users the ability to move forward, both when they need to, whether it is with their laptops or on a mobile device. Instant insights to what teams are working on and why, looking at Team Central. I would also like to call out some of the ways that Atlassian is driving more innovation when it comes to collaboration. Great example of this exciting new application is a take on cross-functional status reporting. It's called Team Central. Team Central provides organizations a common language and central home to aggregate and organize their people, processes, and tools. Build smarter plans across multiple teams and keep stakeholders informed. Okay, by far the most popular cloud-only feature is roadmaps. Users find it so much more helpful to ditch the manual spreadsheet and ancillary tools to keep anyone in sync. Atlassian has also just launched the new in-cloud team-level roadmaps. In team roadmaps and company-managed projects to get everyone in sync via quick and easy planning, communications, and dependency management practices across your organization. Epics are expandable, so you can see issues laddering up to that epic and how they're going and how they are going. You can also understand your team's progress at a glance so that you can pivot quickly as needed. You can also visualize critical dependencies between epics and stay ahead of blockers before they become an issue. Within Confluence, you can use the new roadmaps macro, so there is no longer a need to manually copy and paste any of your Confluence pages. It's updated in real time. Excuse me. Looking at enabling smarter decision making, teams and leaders want to improve their outcomes, but often do not know where to start. You're probably sitting on a mountain of data, but you do not know what to do with it or how to take advantage of it in a way that's both effective and convenient. Atlassian has found a way to unlock this valuable data, provide actionable insights on it, and turn it into a competitive advantage, all without having to leave the product. Future data and insight stack. It allows contextual insight in product dashboards, as well as custom analytics. You can also fully modeled data across Atlassian products for fast analytics directly inside Atlassian to export to your own Power BI tool or data infrastructure. Move quickly with less context switching. The main thing to look at here from a productivity standpoint is the ability to speed up decision making at all levels. This is why Atlassian added insights into software boards and backlogs to provide better access to data at the right time, so teams can stay focused on the tasks at hand without constantly needing to context switch to get answers they need. The sprint commitment insight helps teams plan right amount of work so they can predictably deliver on commitments. This insight monitors a sprint's workload based on the performance of the past 5 sprints and tracks whether the team's over or under committing, over or under committing based on the recommended targets. The sprint progress insight shows how the current sprint is pacing towards your goal. With this insight, teams can see the percentages of work by statuses, such as percentages of work that is done, in progress, or needs to get started. This can help the teams review progress during the team stand-up and stay on track. So let's see what the savings might be on that. As before, we're looking at 25,000 users, 5 minutes per day on average time saved. At that user amount, we're looking at an average savings of eliminated wasted time of $1.84. While adding a few seconds here and there when jumping between apps may seem like not much, consider the flow of work when you are able to exercise things like insights in the products. Even if we take the conservative stance that this would save the average user 5 meaningful minutes of work per day, and you have a user count of 25,000 who are using Atlassian tools on a daily basis at an average salary of 85,000 US dollars, having that time back to increase their productivity would result in nearly 2 million of value each month. Obviously, the math isn't that simple, as there are a number of other elements that could impact that number. But the fact remains that when you think about the productivity of a large group of users, you can begin to see how valuable their time is to your bottom line. Yeah, looking at how to modernize workflows, staying competitive means you using your valuable resources strategically. However, admins and users are often hampered by mundane and looking at hello.
Hi, Chris. Are you still there?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, yes, we can hear you now. We lost you there for a second.
Okay, apologies. Can you still see my screen?
Yes, you can continue. Just a heads up, we've got about 8 minutes remaining.
That well, okay. Thank you, Ellen. Automation for Jira. So 76% of admins said that automation for Jira saves them more than 6 hours per month. Innovations, we use automation for Jira quite heavily. It's an excellent feature that is included in all the cloud products, which helps you automate repetitive tasks, things like creating issues in other projects when you've got two different teams working on it. So automation for Jira is really a massive benefit that has been added to the cloud products. Let's look a little bit at what automation rule looks like. It's pretty much low code, no code, drag and drop features where you've got your trigger sitting there in the green. You've got a condition that they've got there that they're using, and then they've got a branch rule, as well as then a action, which are the blue items. So this will typically transition the issue to a certain status, and it will also send a Slack message to the team. Okay. What is one of the added benefits that Atlassian is giving everyone, not just cloud customers, but they've got the automation playground where you can go and you can build your own automation rules. There's a lot of templates that you can play with that other people have created and shared on the playground. So if you're looking to do something and you're not entirely sure how to do it with your automation, you can just go and look at the playground. Alternatively, you can reach out to a partner to assist you in developing the rules for your various products, just to assist you in that regard. Okay, looking at future-proofing tools. So many organizations have adopted tools that are only serving them for a limited set of time or use cases, and it's difficult to customize or don't play nice with other tools, resulting in a tool set that doesn't meet the evolving needs of your business. So solving a variety of use cases today or in the future without adding yet another tool to your arsenal. Atlassian Cloud products not only work really well together, but they give your team the freedom to add, integrate, or build new functionality as you need it. Let's look at some of these. So you would like your tools to work better with your Atlassian products. A key investment that Atlassian has made is to make it easier for your teams to use Atlassian Cloud products with other SaaS tools. A great example is Slack integration with Jira software. So let's look at that a little bit. So looking throughout Atlassian's strategic partnerships with Slack, it's now easier for your teams to stay connected throughout the software development cycles. Losing a ticket in a channel's noise is a thing of the past. Instead of scanning through multiple channels to find a ticket, you can add it directly into your channel for a message, making it easier for your team to stay on top of issues. Before rolling out code to your customers, organizations have seen a big improvement using the Slack integration. In fact, in a research report with 451 groups using the integration, 2/3 of those surveyed recovered at least 6 hours a week by streamlining manual tasks and consolidating notifications. Okay, here's how it works. Previously, a team member would then have to go back through the Slack channel for any bugs that were mentioned and copy and paste parts of the conversation into Jira issues. I know a lot of us are actually guilty of this. So I used to do it. So yeah. Anyway, proceeding. But with the new Slack integration, creating a Jira issue in Jira is quite simple. Basically, you would select the message, select create an issue in the Slack channel itself. The integration even pre-populates the description and summary with contextual details that it picks up from the Slack conversation. Team members can then make any last-minute edits that they may need to, and then click next, click save. Okay. Click save. Okay. Next team member chooses the correct project the issue belongs to, assigns it an issue type, and they're done. In under a minute, a new rich issue was created in the team's Jira backlog without ever leaving Slack. Looking at built-in security and compliance, I will try and pick up a little bit of speed. Looking at security compliance, Atlassian's got a three-pronged approach vested in trust, which is security features, secure in practice, and security by design. Atlassian security and data privacy is built into Atlassian Cloud Platform and architecture. They've built security inside the foundation of Atlassian's products, so you don't have to. There's robust security policies and practices in place. It's not just what Atlassian builds, but also how they operate, Atlassian has created security features to help customers protect their data further, provided to empower their users. And keep in mind, everything Atlassian does in this three-pronged approach also feeds into how your compliance requirements are met. A dedicated trust and security teams. So Atlassian's Chief Trust Officer organizations with over 200 employees and teams dedicated to security, risk and compliance, trust engineering, trust culture and training, security intelligence, product security, red team and trust engagement. The team focuses on securing the platform and building policies, policies and programs for the organization. In addition to Atlassian's teams, there's also a product R&D team dedicated to building features for Atlassian customers to leverage it in the shared responsibility model. So basically, I think the question that comes up, what is next? If you take R&D alone, you'll see just how dedicated Atlassian is to strengthening their world-class platform. Just take a look at the roadmap to see what's in the works. Atlassian's team of product managers are always available to speak to you. So I invite you to take a look and share your feedback. And furthermore, Atlassian is not just shipping new features, but they're experimenting with new projects all the time as part of a Point A program. The Team Central product I spoke to you about earlier is a prime example of this. And I encourage you to explore what else is in the works in Point A. Now, just a quick look at what the migration to the cloud cycle looks like. So the life cycle and your accounts team and our ROI proposal is obviously not included in this deck, as that is something we do on a partner with our clients. Okay. Looking at your cloud migration cycle, where it starts is you start with your assessment. You make the decision, should you move to the cloud? What are the gains that you will make and what are the losses? There is documentation to assist you with these type of assessments in each phase. If you'd like to do that yourself, or if you'd reach out to a partner to assist you with this plan. Looking at the planning phase, what is your strategy? What steps will be taken to get there? The preparation, so that's getting out your data environments ready to migrate. That includes cleaning up inactive users, inactive workflows, etc. Basically, implementing Atlassian's best practices on your server instance to make it ready for it to go to the cloud. Then you've got your testing phase. So does the migration actually work? So the test phase is where you will actually do a test migration to your cloud side. Do a couple of tests, see if all the functionality is there working for you, or if not. If it doesn't work, you go back to the drawing board, you replan and you retest again. Okay, migration, that is typically when you take a bulk of your data over. I like the little comment there, Showtime. Please keep your arms and legs inside the ride. It has been quite a ride for some customers, so but it's a lovely experience when you're done and the client is happy in the cloud. And then obviously the launch phase is, when you've made it, take out a cold beer and enjoy the massive success and a happy customer. So that is basically typically what a migration cycle looks like. And then obviously the teams, gosh, sorry, I just jumped a little bit forward. So basically this is what I just spoke about, all of the activities that takes place under each one of these phases. And then looking at your team, basically the team that you will set up, you'll have a leader for the various phases. It may be the same person, it may be different people. It really is up to the client to decide, and or if they're having a partner to assist them with the cloud migration. So yeah, the phases are also split into levels, what you should be doing before the migration, during the migration, after the migration. Like I said, this documentation is available for anyone to consume. If you do need it, reach out to us. We are more than happy to share it with you. All right, Ellen, I think I'm 2 minutes over. I do apologize.
That's perfectly fine.
Were there any questions in the chat?
We didn't get any questions in the chat. Yeah, but thank you so much, Chris.
Wonderful.
Yeah, it was a short time for a lot of content to consume. and you got through it. So much appreciated. But like mentioned at the beginning of the webinar, if you have any questions, we will provide you with the link to the lead form. You can just provide us with your details, and then we'll be sure to get back to you. Just a reminder that it is a recorded session, so it will be shared with you just in case you want to go back and just consume some of the content that was shared. The deck will also be shared as well. And we are here to help you to understand further or to further elaborate on any of the details that were mentioned within this webinar. Thank you all so much for your time. And we do hope to see you soon at the next Atlassian networking session that we will be having.
Awesome.
Thanks, Ellen.
Ellen,
Thanks,
thank you.
Chris.
Thank you, everybody. I just want to ask Ellen, can you put my email address just in
Okay.
the deck at the end? So
All
if
right.
somebody does not want to lead the form or they use the lead form, they just want to get directly in contact with me, if you'd just be so kind to share my mail address with
That
them.
is perfectly fine. I'll be sure
Wonderful.
to do that.
Wonderful. Thank you, everybody, for making the
Thank
time.
you
We
so
appreciate
much for
it.
making the time, guys.
Take care. Have a wonderful
Thank
day.
you. Have a good one.
Bye-bye.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.